Every year, thousands of people start a well-known mental toughness challenge called 75 Hard with the best intentions. They want accountability, they want structure, they want a challenge that forces them to grow. And yet, most of them don't finish. There are no official numbers, but it's been estimated only about 5 to 10% complete the full 75 days. So, for some people, it works. But for most, it becomes a cycle of restarts, frustration, self-blame, and failure. 75 Hard assumes you already have the skill it requires. It assumes you can win the moment of choice, you can override impulse, you can act from your values under pressure, and that you can maintain integrity when the environment gets complicated. The skill that's assumed here is self-control. The thing is, self-control isn't built by just introducing intensity. It's built by training. And without that training, even the strongest desire to change collapses under real-world conditions. That's why I created the ACT Score Challenge, to train the foundational skill that makes every challenge, including 75 Hard, actually achievable. Hey there, it's me, Core, and you're listening to Exercising Self-Control from Fitness to Flourishing. Most programs, especially high-intensity ones, focus on what to do. For example, in 75 Hard, there are 2 workouts, a gallon of water, a strict diet, 10 pages of reading, and a daily photo. But the real determinant of success isn't the task list. It's the capacity to choose the right action in the moment. That capacity is self-control. And self-control is not a personality trait. It's not something you have or don't have. It is a trainable skill. 75 Hard trains compliance under high load. The ACT Score Challenge trains self-control under any load. 2 different goals, 2 different mechanisms, 2 different outcomes. A good life is built on a simple truth. You must be able to choose the action that aligns with your highest values, even when you don't feel like it. That's self-control. Without it, behavior change becomes inconsistent, accidental, dependent on external pressure, and fragile under stress. With it, behavior change becomes reliable, self-directed, values-driven, resilient under complexity. The point is not doing hard things for the sake of doing hard things. The point is doing the right things consistently because they reflect who you want to be. There are things 75 Hard does well. It works for a lot of people. It provides clear rules, strong accountability, a sense of achievement, a powerful identity shift, and a structure that removes ambiguity. For the right person, at the right time, with the right capacity, it can be transformative. But there's the key: capacity. 75 Hard doesn't build it. It requires it. This is where most people get confused. Both programs involve a streak, but the meaning of the streak and the psychology behind it are different. For 75 Hard, the streak is built on task completion. Miss one task, any task, and you restart from day one. The primary motivator becomes fear of losing progress. The lesson becomes, if I'm not perfect, I'm back to zero. I need extreme pressure to stay consistent. I can't trust myself unless the stakes are high. This is coercive motivation. It works until it doesn't. With the ACT Score Challenge, your streak is built on binary integrity, not activity. It answers one question. Did you win the moment of choice today? Yes or no? It is a clear standard, a defined behavior, a measurable action, a yes-no outcome, and a streak of integrity, not effort. Your streak is not the measurement. Your streak is the result of the measurement. This is why your streak builds identity instead of anxiety. This is why your streak is empowering instead of coercive. And this is why this streak works. Most streaks measure effort. The ACT score streak measures integrity. It's not, did you do something today? It's, did you choose to keep your standard today? That's why it works. It's a streak of exercising self-control, not a streak of activity. This is where people can finally give themselves grace. The self-control complexity scale explains why self-control feels easy one day and impossible the next. It shows that the difficulty of a behavior isn't just the behavior. It's also the environmental load. Stage 1 is a controlled environment. Stage 2, mild friction. Stage 3, visible temptation. Stage 4, social pressure. And stage 5, chaos. Most people condemn themselves as failures when it's often due to a mismatch of current skill to challenge. The self-control complexity scale delineates any mismatch clearly. If your environment gets harder than your training and you understand what's happening, you stop blaming yourself for, in quotes, failing. This is why the ACT score challenge works. You train the same behavior across increasing levels of complexity. You build the skill of self-control, not the illusion of it. You stop moralizing your failures and start understanding them. You stop blaming yourself and start training yourself. This is the missing piece in every high-intensity program. The scope of effort scale is the bridge between the two systems. There are 4 categories: crawl, walk, run, and fly. Crawl is your minimum viable standard, the one behavior or set of behaviors you can do on your worst day. Walk, run, and fly are optional expansions of effort. You choose them based on capacity, context, and desire. The thing about 75 hard is it lives in the fly zone. It's a high effort, high friction, high load challenge. In the vocabulary of my system, it's stage 5 flying. And that's the daily standard for 75 days, unbroken. Most people show up to attempt it without ever having built the lower levels. Maybe not even stage 1 crawling. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it is a huge ask. And that's its understandable appeal. I designed my system differently. In the ACT score challenge, you never reset to 0 as long as crawl remains unbroken. You can incorporate walk, run, or fly whenever you choose. If you consistently fail at a higher scope of effort, you simply refocus on mastering crawl. The rule is consistency first, intensity when you are ready. Your progression is self-directed, not imposed. Your confidence grows because you are building capacity, not gambling on its arrival. This is how you build the foundation that makes high-intensity programs achievable without the psychological cost of fear-based resets. The ACT Score Challenge trains binary execution, anti-negotiation, environmental complexity tolerance with the self-control complexity scale, identity evidence, well-reasoned thinking, the moment of choice repetition, and the ability to operate with excellence under duress. This is the skill that makes every future planned behavior not only possible, but probable. This is the foundation that 75 Hard assumes, but does not explicitly train. Hard programs come and go. Motivation rises and falls. Life gets chaotic, then calm, then chaotic again. But one thing remains constant. Your life is shaped by the choices you make in the moments that matter. If you can master those moments, you can master your life. If you can't, no transformation challenge, no matter how hard, will save you. The ACT Score Challenge is not about proving anything to anyone. It's about building the internal architecture that makes excellence possible. It's about training the skill that every other skill depends on. It's about becoming someone whose actions match their values. That's the real transformation. The person you become because you chose to operate with excellence again and again, whatever the circumstances. If you're listening to this and struggling with consistency, I've built a group around one rule. Don't break your daily standard. Start your day one by joining the ACT Score Challenge. The link is in the episode transcript. That's it for today. Catch you next time.